Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Yes. My slides are visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes. 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 Yesterday we seen the exercise number 5 and the missing value in y we found and we'll continue with exercise number 6 and a function f of x is given by the following table. Find f of point 2 by the suitable formula. See, once this is what the given data is from 0 to 6
Sir, we
x,
can't.
x.
Sir, we can't able to see the questions. Exercise 6.
Exercise 6 is not visible.
Yes, sir.
No, sir, it's visible, sir.
Ah. Now check, Anshu, now check whether it is visible or.
Sir, I think I have some network issue. That's why I can't able to see.
Yes. Siddharthan, for you it is visible. Huh? Siddharthan, for you it is visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible, sir.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Yes. Yes. See, this is what the data given. Yes, just a minute. Yes. So, when x is equal to 0, the f of x is equal to 176, and x is equal to 1, the f of x is equal to 185, and so on till x is equal to 6, and the respective f of x is to 229. And concerning the required f of x, the required f of x is the f of 0.2. Since the f of 0.2 is very near to the initial value, uh, then it is suggested to depend with the Newton's forward interpolation. When the required value is nearer to the n portion, at that time we need to depend the Newton backward interpolation. Okay, you take your calculator and 3D is you take your calculator and find the difference for finding the solution. We need to make this table the difference table, which seems we need to begin with delta and delta square delta cube, and the second difference, that is second difference, third difference, and then we need to find we need to continue this difference till achieving a single value. And you please tell me the difference between 185 and 176. What is the difference?
So 9.
9. Similarly, 194 and 185.
9, sir.
The same is 203 and 194.
It's same, sir. It's 9.
Same. Then subsequent 212 and 203.
It's 9, sir.
Yes. 220 and 212.
Sir, 8.
8. 229 and 220.
9, sir.
Okay. Yes, this is what the result. Yes, now you for try to find this second difference. This is what delta y, and we need to continue with delta square y. That is second difference of y naught. Obviously, this is what 0. Obviously, this is what 0, and here this is also 0, and this is 0, and here
It's
8
1.
minus 1 or minus 1. 1. Right. Okay, then continuing continuing this with the third difference. This is what again 0 and again 0 here. Minus 1 minus 0 minus 1, 1 minus of minus 1 is 2. Then this is what the third difference. Then again continue the iteration. 0 minus 1 3. Then 0 minus 1 4. this is what the difference table, and concerning this Newton's forward interpolation and backward whether it might be the forward or backward, you have to execute this difference table first, and then apply this values in the respective formulas to find the unknown. And here the formula for refresh the formula for finding the unknown. See, this is what the formulas, basic formulas, and wait. Yes, yn, that is f of x naught plus nh is equal to y naught plus n into delta y plus n into n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial into delta square y naught plus n into n minus 1 n minus 2 divided by 3 factorial delta cube y naught plus and so on. This is what the Grigori Newton forward interpolation, which is specifically for equal intervals. But concerning this particular unit 3 second half, we begin with the unequal intervals, and then we are trying to crack the things with the equal interval. Yes. Yes. Now tell me what is this is what the given data. The first x value is x naught, and the difference between the x is 1, and y naught is equal to 176, and y naught is nothing but f of x. So the f of x is equal to 176, and the required f of x is f of 0.2. That is what asked in the given question. So Newton forward interpolation formula, this is what the Newton forward interpolation formula, f of 0.2 is essential, and therefore x naught and x naught, see, this is what the required thing, x naught plus n into h is equal to 0.2. We know, we already aware about this value, and n is an unknown, h is also known, and this is what the RH is. So we can find the value of n by applying other rest of the values. We can find the value of n is equal to 0.2. Yes, you please stay with us. I am unable to get whether you are getting the points or not. Someone unmuted. You please stay with us. Siddharthan, whether it is
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Yes,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Sir, how you take h equal to 1?
Yes. Very good.
Sir,
The h is in difference in the x. H has to be taken from the x value, and it should be uniform in the case of Newton. What we are dealing the problem here, it is uniform. Here the h value, see the h value, the difference in the x is 1 in all the cases.
okay, sir.
Good. And now apply these unknowns in the given formula. That is y naught. I already detailed the y naught is this is what the y naught, this is what the x naught, and this is what the y naught, and this is what h, and the f of this is what the required f of x. So equate this with f of x naught plus n into h, and you try to find the value of n. Once the n is known, the rest are known, then apply the values in the given Grigori Newton forward interpolation formula. Y naught is equal to 176 plus n is 0.2, and the y naught value, delta y naught, we need to get the delta y naught from here, and 0.2, this is what 0.2, n is 0.2, and 0.2 minus 1 divided by 2 factorial 1 into 2 into second difference of y. The second difference of y is 0, and the third difference of y is also 0, and fourth difference of y is again also 0. And see, when the factorial values increases here to factorial, and when we are concerning about the second difference, we need to deal with the numerator denominator. We are dealing with 2 factorial. When we are dealing with the 5 factorial, and therefore the denominator is also 5 factorial. Therefore, the coefficient which is associated with the fifth difference of y naught is very minimal. So neglect that term. Neglect this particular term and don't worry about this term. Someone you please calculate and tell me 1 divided by 5 factorial and 1 divided by 6 factorial. You please tell me the value of Vignesh. What is the value of 1 divided by 5 factorial, Vignesh? Vignesh. Vignesh. What happened, Vignesh?
Yes, sir.
Dinesh. Vignesh, what is the value of 1 divided by 5 factorial? What is the value of 1 divided by 5 factorial? 8.333 into 10 power minus 3. Then what is the value of
3 into 10 power minus 3.
what is the value of 1 divided by 6 factorial?
1.38 into 10 power minus 3.
Yes, 1.333 into 10 power minus 3.
No, sir,
Okay, this
1.388.
yes, of 380. This is what very negligible. So don't worry about this particular terms. And now concern about the known and the larger terms. 176 plus 0.2 into 9, 0.18, right? And you calculate this value, 0.2 into 0.2 minus 1 divided by 1 into 2. Make it fast. Make it fast. Point 2 into 9, which is 1.8, and 0.2 into minus 0.8 divided by 2. What is the value?
177.72.
Very good. 177.8.
177.8, sir.
177.8. Yes. Just a minute. Just a minute. Few seconds. I'll come back. Yes. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Yes, Kritika, Dinesh,
Yes, sir.
shall we continue, Dinesh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yes, yes. This is what exercise number 7, and any clarification in exercise number 6? Any clarification in exercise number 6? Kritika, Dinesh. Okay, and continuing the exercise number 7, the following table gives the population of a town during last 6 census estimate using Newton's interpolation formula, the increase in the population during the period 1946 to 1948. And see the year for 1911, 12,000 people stayed in one particular. This is what the Sensex might be one particular city, and during 1921 it is elevated to 13. During 1931, sorry, 1921 it is 13, 1931 it is 20, 1941 it is 27, 1951 it is 39, 1961 it is 52. What we are trying to do, we are trying to converge with this boundary. We are trying to find what is happened, or what will be the predicted things in between this given tenure. But when the government is concerned, and government planning to do some projects for betterment of the human society, and what usually they has to do, they has to they need to plan what will happen when it is in 1965 or 1970, what will be the population, like that the government will think, right? That is what extrapolation, but what we are here doing is interpolation. What here they are concerned about the 1946 as well as 1948. Once we know about the population in 1946 and 1948, and then we can find the increase in the population during the given 2 years. And why this interpolation or extrapolation, why it is essential? Why the interpolation or extrapolation is essential? You please, someone, you unmute your mic, and you please tell me why this interpolation or extrapolation is essential. Nabil? Nabil?
Yes, sir.
Tarun?
Hello, sir.
Tarun, Nabil, Tej? Yes, Nabil.
Yes, sir.
Nabil?
Yes, sir.
Yes. At present, you are in which city, Nabil?
Chennai, sir.
Chennai. What was the population in Chennai? Yeah, tell me a rough figure. Don't worry about the
Pop.
accurate date. Might be 6 lakh? No, it is more than
70 to 80 lakhs, I think, sir.
70 to 80 lakh. Okay, fine. Tarun, Tarun, have you aware about the 5-year plan, government's 5-year plan, and concerning 2021? We are in which 5-year plan? We are in which 5-year plan? Government having 5-year plan, right? Since from 1948 or 1951, we are the government wanted to increase the things, the facilities, and the many things, and and the we are in at present, we are in which 5-year plan. And what my objective is, during the 5-year plan, what usually government do, and based on the population, and based on various other factors, the government do some plans, right? For doing such a plan, we need some forecasting, we need some prediction. See what happened in one Kumbh Mela. It made a very huge accident in the past Kumbh Mela, one Kumbh Mela, and there are plenty of crowd assembled on one particular day on during that Kumbh Mela period, and it made a very serious issue. And what might be the major reason for this incident or accident? This is what the lagging with our planning. If the forecasting or prediction during that particular time or a period is very good, say for example, say for instance, from the past data, what we can do, we can find the amount of people will assemble during this particular Kumbh Mela, that we can do with a mathematics, and but that is feasible by the statistical department, and usually the government will do. What happened, I don't know, due to the poor prediction or what, I don't know. If it is the prediction is very fine, say in the past Kumbh Mela, the number of people assembled is 1 crore. Before that it was 90, and before that it was 80. And what would be the number of people will assemble during this Kumbh Mela might be 1.1 or 1.2 crore. In order to deal with these 1.2 crore people, what are the preliminary actions has to be taken by the government? That is what they need to think, right? Based on the prediction, based on the number of people who will, what would be the number of people will assemble, for that they need to make some necessary actions. If it is 1.2, the government is arranging for only 80 or 70 lakh, then what will happen for the rest of the things? It is very hard, right? This, I think the same the thing or underestimation might happen in the case of Kumbh Mela, that lead to major accident. So as your engineers, you need to be just a minute. Yes, that is what the essential thing when we are dealing with these mathematics and forecasting and other interpolation or extrapolation. Okay. Yes, Nabil. Nabil, tell me what happened. What was the current affair yesterday? Current affair, Nabil. Yes, Tushant, you want to discuss about the current affair, yesterday's current affair? Tushant? Nabil, yes, Nabil, you go ahead, Nabil. Yes, Tushant, yes. Tushant, yes.
Yes, sir.
Unmute. Yes.
Sir, I don't know, sir.
What happened in yesterday's match?
Yesterday, no match, sir.
No matches.
Yesterday we don't have. Yesterday we
Yes.
don't have any match.
Today only
Sir.
match. Qualified.
Siddharthan, we don't have any match yesterday.
So today only we have a qualified too, sir.
Yes, yes. Tushant, between today in today's match, who are all taking part in today's match?
Sir, today Delhi Capitals and Kolkata Knight Riders are taking part in the qualified too, sir. So whoever wins will face against Chennai, sir.
Delhi, and
Kolkata, sir.
Kolkata. Okay, there are two matches. Today we had two match or only one match?
One match, sir.
Only one.
Next
Only
match
one.
will be
Okay.
final, sir. Friday.
Oh, Friday will be the final.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. And
Sir, the expert committee has said that now COVID can be delivered to children aged between 2 and 18 years. So that's
children
the
between 2 and 18.
age group of 2 to 18 can now be delivered Covaxin, sir. That's the news right now. It's
Okay.
safe for,
Okay.
yeah, the second children's vaccine after Zycov-D something like that, sir. That's the second vaccine which can now be delivered to children after that, whatever that variant, that before thing.
Okay, vaccination for the children is also now available for the age group of 2 to 18. Yes. Okay. Any other current affair?
And also like Tata Motors has now, it's investing in the in the electric vehicles, and so which is why right now if you see their shares have now gained, like a lot of people are confident about it. So now Tata Motors shares are right now they have they have increased by some 19% or something. That is one thing, sir.
Oh, fine. Even you're dealing with the economics. That is good. Is in a meanwhile, what happened the for Air India? Who took Air India, and any have you read about anything about these uh, Air India? Who took part in Air India, and any details did you have you heard about?
Right now, Air India has been taken by, I mean, like it is going to be taken by Ratan Tata and Group. Also, at this point of time, there is also going to be a new airline which is going to be launched by Rakesh Junjunwala, the Big Bull. He's going to launch a new airline thing called as Akasha or something, sir. That's the two
Akash.
things.
What was the name?
Akash, Akasha
Okay.
is going to be the name of his
Akash.
airline.
Akasha.
Yeah,
Okay.
literally meaning the sky. So that's going
Yes.
to be airline brand. Rakesh Junjunwala, that's what he's doing right now.
Yes. Akashwani, I think, tele channel from Sri Lanka. I think, during my school days, Akashwani news is I think it might have had a very good attention. Akashwani. Yes, in the same line, he is also coining the term as Akash. Akashwa, right? What is the name, Pranav?
Yes, sir. Akasha. Akasha.
Akasha. Okay, fine. Is okay. We'll continue the things with the Newton's forward interpolation. Yes. Okay. Let me begin with 1946 data. So you please take your calculator and tell me the data for the difference between the first difference. This is what given. That is 12, 13, 20, 27, 39, and 52. You please try to calculate the difference between the first difference. 13 minus 12, 1, and then 7, 7, 12, and then someone, you please unmute your mic and tell me. 52 minus 39. 13. Now try to find the difference between 7 and 1. 6 and 7 and 7, 0. 12 minus 7 is 5. 13 minus 12, 1. Similarly, I am continuing minus 6, 5, and minus 4, and 5 minus or minus 6 becomes plus 6 and 11, and here minus 9. And now the fifth difference by the minus 20. So this is what we are concerned about 1946. So x naught plus n into h is equal to 46, 1946. In order to find the n value, I am applying the value of x naught and h value. The h, obviously, the difference in the years 1911, 1921, and it was uniform for the rest of the years. And 10n is equal to 35. When we are subtracting the 1946 to 1911, we'll get 35, and n is equal to 3.5. And see, this is what the application in the Newton's Gregory Newton forward interpolation formula. Well, plus that is x naught, sorry, y naught plus n into yes, n into 1 and n into n minus 1 by 2 factorial, and this is what n into delta y naught plus n into n minus 1 divided by 2 factorial into delta square y naught, and it continues. Right. The first two terms are very minimal, and you try to calculate the third term. Pranav, what is the value of third term? For me, you try to calculate the value of the fourth term, and Pranav, you try to calculate the term related to this 11 coefficient, and Anshu, you try to calculate the coefficient of minus 20. Siddharthan, coefficient for 6. For me, the coefficient of minus 11, 6, and Pranav, the coefficient, you calculate the coefficient of 11, and Anshu, you try to calculate the coefficient of minus 20. Yes, come up with the coefficients. Siddharthan.
7.2916 into 6.
Again, please cross check.
Sir, 59.5.
Yes. Which term? You're dealing with which
The
coefficient?
third one. Third one.
Third one. No, I am exhibiting. Already I have exhibited. You please cross check. 3.5 into 2.5 into 3. It is 26.25. No, I think you are dealing with coefficient alone. You include that 6 too. Include that 6 too.
Yes, sir. 26.2.
Yes, fine. Yes, this is what. Okay. Okay. For me, what is the value for this this particular term? For me, yes, I am continuing. You please cross check with the results. Minus 13.125. Minus 13.125, and I am continuing for this particular term, this 3.0078, and for this particular term, this is 0.5469. You please try to cross check with these results, and once again, I have detailed, because since I have written plus or minus into 13.125 and 3.0078, and the accumulation, that is f of 1946 is equal to 32.1797. And by continuing, this is the same with the 1948. This is what for 1948 we need to find the n first, right? X naught plus n into h is equal to 1948. We know the value of x naught as well as h, but unaware about n. So you try to calculate the value of n first. 1948 minus 1911 might be 37, and 3.7 would be n. And apply these values in the given formula. That is 12 plus something 3.7 into delta. This is what first difference of y, and this is what second difference, third difference, and fourth difference, and the fifth difference. In order to know these values, the difference table is essential. So you try to calculate difference table first and continue the problem. And this is what first two terms, and yes, this is what the for this particular term, this is what 29.97, and containing with minus 16.983 and 5.4487 and 0.949 for sorry 0.5944, and the accumulation be 34.7301. And so the population in the year 1948 is 34.7301 thousand. Concerning 1946, concerning 1946, it is what 32.1799. So we need to find the value of increased value. So the population in the year 1948 minus population in the year 1946. So 2.5504 thousand would be the difference in the years. Okay, any clarification? Any clarifications? Okay, this is what exercise number 8. Exercise number 8. From the following data, estimate the number of person earning weekly wages between 60 and 70 rupees. So the wages below 40 is 250,000, 250, yeah, that is what in thousands, and between 40 and 60, 120,000, 60 to 80, 100, 80 to 100 is 70, 100 to 120 is 50. And usually the X naught is a numeric and it won't be along with the any description. Therefore, I am categorizing this is what this is with below 40 and below 60 and below 80 and as below 100 and as below 120. So that I can consider my X naught as 40 and X1 as 60, X2 as 80, X3 as 100 and X4 as 120. Whether it is clear? Don't consider, don't make confusions with these description. You try to convert this description with some numeric. And our concern or our focus is to find the wages between 60 and 70. See, 60 and 70, 60 and 70, and which is found in this particular area. So see, I have converted into below 40, below 60, below 80, below 100 and below 20, and this is for Y, 250, 120, 100, 70 and 50. And see, we need to find the frequency. We need to find the frequency first. And the frequency would be 250, and you accumulate this value 370 and 100. What happened? The following data estimate the number of person earning the weekly wages. And so we need the whole data. We did, we accumulated, we made as below 60. Then below 60 in the sense the range between 40 to 60 as well as below 40. Therefore, I am accumulating these two in order to calculate for my first difference, and subsequently I need to continue for the rest. So 100 below 80, I am accumulating this with 100. I am getting 470, and 470 and 70, 540, and 570, 540 plus 50, 590. And the first difference 120 here, 470 minus 370 is 100, and 540 minus 470 is 70, and 590 minus 540 is 40, and 100 minus 120 is minus 20, and here minus 30 and minus 20, 30 minus 30 minus a minus plus 20 minus 10, 20 minus a minus 30 plus 10, and 10 minus a minus 10 is 20. So my X naught is 40, my X naught is 40, my H is 20, and my Y naught is 250. So X naught plus N into H is equal to 70. I am applying my value for X naught and H. So 40 plus N into 20 is equal to 70. So 20N is equal to 70 minus 40. What happened? 30. And N is equal to 3 by 2, 1.5. So apply this 1.5 with a basic formula. 250 plus 1.5 into 120, and this is what first difference, and second difference, third difference, and fourth difference. And the values is 250, 180, 7.5, 0.625, and 0.64875. You please try to calculate these values. If anything, any deviations, let me know. We'll disseminate the correct value among 34, among all other 33. So the accumulation would be 423.59375. And this is what? The number of person who weekly wages below 70 is essential. No, the essential thing is number of person whose weekly wages between 60 and 70. And the between 60, I can get it from the table, given table, and below 70, I have calculated. So I am subtracting these two, I am getting 53.59. You please cross check whether this data is right. For 60 to 80, it was 100. So it should be it is less than 100. So obviously we are getting 53. So there won't be any issue with the calculated results. Okay, any queries with these wages problem? Any query? Okay, exercise number 9. Exercise number 9. This is what exercise number 9. The following table gives the corresponding values of x and y. Prepare a forward difference table and express y as a function of x. Also obtain the y. We need to find the phi expression. In the past 2 to 3 problems, we dealt with numerical data. Here they are advising us to calculate some expressions, and that is what, when we are applying with the data with the Grigori formula, we'll get some relation. And don't feel it is very huge. It is very tiny, and even we need to find y when x is equal to 2.5, and the data 0, 7, 1, 10, 2, 13, 3, 22, and 443. Y the essential way of f of x is 2.5, and you try to solve this particular problem. The answer is 16.375. You cross check the results and let me know whether it is right or wrong. Okay. I'll post this question in the group. And this is what Newton's backward interpolation formula. And already the time is 1:20. I'll wind up very soon. So instead the delta here, we are going to use this function. What is the name for this symbol? What would be the name? And the rest are same. This is what the Grigori Newton backward interpolation formula. This formula is very useful when which gives the greater value when the required data is nearer at the end. The formula we use to extrapolate beyond the intervals in which the y is known. So we'll try to solve this particular problem in the Monday class, and hope you don't have any query. Okay. Yes. Yes. Do you want to share anything? Any clarifications? Hope today or tomorrow I'll evaluate the answers, and I'll post. You try to find the marks in your Gmail through the class. You can find your marks, and you can get your CT1 as well, the SMN1 marks. And Siddharthan inquired about when we need to submit the notes. Once the classes are over, at that time you need to submit your notebook. That is what your one. That is what one assignment. And assignment 2, you need to present. Once the classes is over, you are going to take the classes and you are going to present. I have given the group. The group started. You try to accumulate. The group has to present only one PPT. You don't present the things which the all 5. You try to get the different PPTs and make it as one PPT and present the PPT from one particular end. Okay, any clarifications? Yes, Sushma.
So like in team only one presentation we should present, sir. Like
Yes, I think for 5 people I have given one title. For 5 people, 5 or 6 people, I have given one title.
yes,
The
sir.
5 has to among 5 you divide your things, divide your titles, prepare, and one has to accumulate. One has to accumulate and present. Might be for your group, you take a charge and you present the PPT from your end. The presentation has to take part by all five. First five PPT, first five slides you present, and next five let others who prepared, let them present. But streaming or presenting the PPT, one has to do.
Okay, sir.
Whether it is clear, all five should take part in the presentation. But
Okay,
you make it as one PPT, and you present from your laptop or whatever it might be.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, should we
Okay.
have to
Thank you.
submit assignment like
Yes.
notes, whole notes,
Pardon.
like up to
Pardon.
like notes when we have to submit the notes assignment?
Yes. Once my class is over, you can submit. Soon I'll complete the class. 2 weeks I'll complete the class. At that time you can submit.
Okay, sir.
What are the subjects already completed, Sushma?
Industrial and economics only completed, sir, I guess.